Welcome back to the RV Rundown. I'm your host Barry, and today we're taking a look at the 2022 Venture RV SportTrek 270VBH. This is a bunkhouse model. It's built with family in mind. It can sleep up to about 8 comfortably, and at 6,400 pounds dry is solidly in the half-ton towable class of travel trailers. It's got a lot of cool features. Let's check them out. The 270VBH shares a lot in common with other floor plans that are similar to it from other brands. For instance, as soon as I come through the door, I'm greeted by our entertainment center that splits off our main bedroom from the living quarters and kitchen. This is pretty standard in the RV industry. We've got storage above and below. We've got an in-a-flame electric fireplace down there that's going to put off heat and help offset our gas cost in the winter. And our big flat screen TV is on a swivel, so it does pop out and turn, which is nice because that allows it to face what I think is the coolest feature in this model. It's an option, and it's this massive sofa that we see here. They call it the King U, and it's going to replace what's typically just a dinette and a sofa. So instead, we get this one massive sofa. However, we still get a place to eat. They've given us a couple of post holes in the floor and a table with it that plugs in. And also, we didn't lose that extra sleeping capacity. Sure, you could sleep a couple of kids lengthways on this, but it does fold out and accommodate a queen inflatable mattress. There's storage down low, which is pretty nice just for adding extra storage to the unit. But that's not the only place that we get to sleep. There's 2 bunks in the back. These are the equivalent of full over fulls. They are cut off on the corner, so it's not quite a full-size bed. They're rated at 500 pounds each. So a couple of kids are going to be able to sleep up there, no problem. They have these nice soft teddy bear mattresses, and there is one other hidden surprise. You think it's just storage up underneath the bunk, but no, the bunk is hinged. It folds up and folds over, allowing you to put bikes and bigger items for your trip into storage on the way. I like that a lot. I think it's a really slick idea for that space. All of this is across from our bathroom. Bathroom is a good size for this type of trailer. Now, even me at 6'3" can stand up in the shower without having my head all the way into the skylight. As a matter of fact, it's up under the ceiling in this shower, and I have plenty of elbow room. There's a standard foot flush toilet. They've got storage that kind of wraps around the bathroom here, including a medicine cabinet and some storage down below our sink. In addition to that, this is equipped with LevelMate Pro. We've made a whole other video on how that works. It helps you level your camper. We'll link it up top. Pushing just outside the bathroom, talking about tech that's on board, this is equipped with a high-efficiency solar panel up top and this Go Power solar charging station. So what it does is it takes the rays from the sun, it runs them through here, it regulates it, and puts it to your 12-volt battery to keep it topped off, which is great for if you're boondocking and trying to run your 12-volt systems like lighting and water pumps, but none of your major systems like air conditioning or microwave, things that we can get away without in that type of situation. Let's check out the kitchen. The kitchen is modestly sized for the travel trailer that we have here in the floor plan. This has the standard 3-burner stovetop. It does have a glass cover which helps extend that counter space. The sink has the grate cover on it which allows us to dry some dishes, but it also again just extends that counter space, which is very helpful considering we don't have much of it. This is it. This is your prep space in the kitchen, and this in my mind could be the only downside to this trailer because it's enough room to get the job done, but it's not a lot. There is, however, plenty of storage here. We've got cabinetry up high, lots of drawers beneath our sink. We have even behind me, a big pantry. I think that is awesome. Again, loads of storage there. Our Furrion refrigerator is 12 volt, so it's got more volume than a gas electric fridge has. Otherwise, our kitchen is pretty standardly equipped. I mean, you know, Furrion microwave, lots of things that we see across the board on a lot of travel trailers of comparable size in the marketplace today. That just leaves us with our bedroom. It's all the way in the front. Let's go check that out. The first time I walked into this bedroom, my heart sunk just a little bit. I'm a tall guy. I've mentioned it already in this video. I'm 6'3", but this is a Venture SportTrek. There's plenty of ceiling space. There's even plenty of space for a tall guy like me on the bed. Typically in a build like this, my feet would be against this wall and my head would be against the front panel there. But here, it's not quite that. I'm lifting this just so I don't get my dirty boots all over the bed, but as I do, we notice this is a Serta memory foam mattress. It's very comfortable. Now, laying down, I can lay perfectly straight. My feet aren't hitting the end of the wall, and my head still has a good few inches before it hits the end of this space here too. It's a lot of space. I like it. I fit. So big guys, worry not. You've got the space to get in there. In terms of storage in here, we have typical underbed storage. This is on struts. It lifts up to reveal a nice big area, trunk-sized space. We have traditional closets on either side with hanging rods for hanging up our clothes. And for foldable clothes, we have some nice big shelving up top. Now, as far as charging phones and putting up your little glass of water, things like that, there are nightstands built in back behind the pillows here with plugs on either side. This is all accentuated by our automotive grade glass windshield up front, letting in lots of light and great views. There is a blackout shade that you can pull down over that for privacy. And in addition to that, we can get privacy by closing off these sliding doors on either side of the bed. There's a spot to hook up a TV in here over in the corner so we can have our entertainment for mom and pop after everybody goes to sleep. And just outside the bedroom, we have the main control panel for the entire trailer. It's conveniently located by the door and the master suite. Let's pop on out and check that out before hopping outside. The thing I really like about this panel is that everything's on its own rocker switch. It's labeled clearly. And we also have our standard tank checks here as well. Now I want to close up the slide and show you guys what it looks like with the slide in, because it's something we get always asked to do. Now with the slide fully retracted, we do still have access to a lot of the main cabin. There's a little bit of a squeeze getting by our King U here, but you can see I can step around it pretty well with ease, where I can get to almost everything in my kitchen. Opening up the refrigerator is not a problem. Getting into the pantry is not a problem. And because our bathroom door swings this way, there's a little squeeze this way, but it's not too bad. I can get into the bathroom if I want to. So all in all, I give this a pretty good slide close rating. It's not perfect, but you can certainly access a lot. Now I want to hop outside and take a look at some of the features there. Outside of our 270VBH, there's a lot to love, a lot of cool things to hone in on, but we're going to focus on a few, starting at the very front of the camper. Right up here, we notice that we have our electric tongue jack. We have two standard grill size propane tanks, so those can be exchanged anywhere. That's really convenient. The battery tray is right behind it with a 12-volt cutoff. I love how they're doing the molded front cap on this. We saw that automotive grade windshield from the inside, letting all that light in. It looks really sharp on the outside with all of the tinting that's on it. We can see a little bit of our frame, but something of note here that a lot of people don't know is most manufacturers do not manufacture their own frames for their RVs. They use other companies like Lippert or Norco. In this case, they're using a Norco huck-bolted frame. A lot of people really love these frames for their strength and dexterity. It's not a Lippert component, so I kind of like that. That's just something that's different. And to me, it looks beefier. Now pushing forward, we do have some pass-through storage here. We notice that this is an insulated baggage door with slam latches and magnetic catches, pops right open, loads of space, goes all the way through. Great storage for odds and ends and patio stuff. Up underneath, we can see connected to our frame, we have our standard scissor jacks for stabilizing the unit. And then at our entryway, we have the solid steps with adjustable legs. These make contact with the ground so they don't flex getting in and out of the camper. We also have a big grab handle so kids and grandma and grandpa can get in with ease. There's even a cool little bottle opener right next to the door. Now this is running on Goodyear tires. I like that. It's a brand name that we know and recognize. Not all manufacturers are doing that. It brings some folks peace of mind because they really want to know that their tires aren't some cheap knockoff. We have outside speakers that's tied into the Bluetooth head unit that's inside. You can run them from your phone. I think that's really convenient. They're up under this large awning. It lets out at the touch of a button. It runs most of the length of the camper. It has lights on it as well to light up your patio of the evening. And at the back of the camper up under this awning, we have our outside kitchen. It has a cool little sink here with a quick disconnect that we can also hook another hose to for hosing off bikes and other things. That's right next to our Suburban Elite Series griddle that ties into the propane disconnect down below. There's some storage up above and an electric refrigerator right here at the back. So we can be cooking, we can have our cold beverages, it's all accessible. Let's pop around to the back and check that out. Here at the back, there's a few things I want to focus in on. We have a ladder that leads up to our fully walkable roof that has our solar panel up there. We talked about that inside. We are pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera. Plug and play system, it can be bought aftermarket. And then down low we have a 2-inch receiver that's going to be great for plugging in a basket or a bike rack just to extend our storage capacity. Let's pop around to the off-door side. Right here at the rear of the camper on the off-door side, we have our Shoreline connection. This unit happens to be 50 amp service, which allows us to power 2 air conditioners, which we have optioned in on these because it gets so hot in the south. Down low, you'll see our main sewer connections. All of our tank pools are built right up into the frame, so it's a nice sturdy place for them to be. And I always like to encourage people to look up under the slide and see that BAL rack and pinion system. It just looks sturdy and beefy. And so far, we've had a lot of great success with them in our service department. I want to push up to the front and show you a few cool things there. One thing I like that Venture started doing this past year is providing their customers with this docking station. It's a lockable compartment that has an outside shower, but more importantly, it's the point where your city water connects back to the camper and allows you to fill your tank or go straight to your faucets. Down low, we also have our satellite and cable in, and right above it, we have black tank flush. We're back at the front, so we can see that we have that pass-through storage that we talked about earlier, and that pretty well wraps up the exterior of this particular Venture model. Let's go into some final thoughts. The 270VBH has a lot to love. I think it's a great floor plan for a small family. I think it's awesome for as much as it weighs and how much space there is inside. I don't necessarily like how little prep space there is in the kitchen, but I can get over that because I'm the kind of guy that wants to cook outside on that griddle or over an open flame anyway. Overall, I'd say it's a great choice as a starter RV for a family of 4, and it's certainly worth looking at even as a second or third RV if you're just upsizing from a pop-up or a hybrid. All in all, I really love the Venture products, and I feel like it's something that you should definitely check out in person if you're on the market for a new RV. Come see it for yourself at Southern RV in McDonough, Georgia, or give us a shout out online at southernrv.com. Until next time, guys, happy camping.